Hey, what's going on, folks? Leggy RPG here, back again, and I was chatting with someone on Reddit, and who's having some difficulties with morale, sanity, that kind of thing. In game, we're probably all struggling with that in real life, but talking about in Stone Shard here. So currently, anyway. So we're gonna go, and I realized also too that my basic tutorial that I had up, it cycled out and deleted, expired. So we're gonna do another quick one here. I'm gonna run in kind of the beginning of through like the first dungeon. So it might be an hour or two. We'll see where it is and so forth. How long that takes. And as we go, we'll kind of talk about like what my starting kind of process is when I start a new character. Sort of routine I go through, and then the things I do to keep morale up, keep sanity up, and that sort of thing, as well as just some basic tactics, because it all sort of interplays, your tactics in combat will lead to, or prevent injuries and other situations that will then, start to get you to like spiral sometimes if you don't learn some of the ins and outs on it. So if you happen to be in chat, feel free to ask any questions, and I'm happy to try and answer them the best I can. Caveat that I am not an uber expert on Stone Shard, but I do have, I don't know, 600 or 700 hours and stuff, and at least as far as like the starting strategies, I feel like I've got it pretty down. So, all right, let's get going here. Now, from my understanding, the person who asked me for some advice started with Mahir and was doing like a pyro build. So we're going to start with that same general description and so forth. I'm not going to do permadeath mode for this, just in case we do have a bad situation. We won't lose like as much of our progress and stuff. But let's go. So an overall really important thing to like kind of just keep in mind in this game is that preparation is like at least 50% of it. We'll see, Naz. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, so we're going to go with Mahir to start here. I'm a big fan of him. He's got a pretty cool ability so that when you visit a new location the first time, you get Vigor for 600 turns. Pretty neat. Yeah, Naz, gonna do. Basically, I had somebody on Reddit who was asking about like morale and sanity, that they really struggled to kind of like keep it up during the beginning phase of the game and so forth. And I realized that I hadn't done like a starting tutorial in quite a while, so I figured I'd just kind of hit two birds with one stone on that, and just kind of talk about like what my starting process is. Kind of from character creation through the end of the first dungeon and so forth. Yeah, so we'll do that, and then I'll probably end up back to my two-handed Arna build later today. So, but if you got anything to add, Naz, Naz is an expert in the game. So,
Is that so?
anything useful that I missed or something, just jump in there in the chat, buddy.
It's time to get to work. So here's where
Thanks, Varen.
You can also
Guy's the biggest con artist in the world, man. I just keep paying him 1,000 gold every other upgrade. All right. Oh shoot! Nice. We got a cool seed here because LeBron's Manor's right nearby. See if there's anything else. I don't see anything else too out of the ordinary. Okay, so let's see. So you may or may not have the supporter pack here. If you do, like, these are nice little upgrades, but oh yeah. No, we're not gonna go to LeBron's Manor. It's all good. That was just kind of neat that we had a cool spot there. if you have them, that's cool. If you don't, no big deal. It's not gonna, make or break things. So like I like to do to start off is get a few things. First off, the lockpicks are kind of a waste. If you want both, that's fine, but at least have a crowbar. And the reason for that is that the lockpicks, if you are successful every time, in unlocking a door or something, then yeah, you're not going to use up those uses, but there's a chance that they're going to break every time, and invariably it does. Whereas with the crowbar, it's got durability. It uses up one durability for every lock or trap, so it's predictable. And it's more versatile too, because whereas lockpicks can't help with like traps or anything like that, crowbars can. Yeah, that's a good point. What Naz brings up too, and once you like get more experience, it's less of an issue. But to start, when you are just beginning out, try to pick a character that synergizes with the skills that you want to use to start. Right. So like for Mahir, he's got staves. He's got pyromancy, and that's how we're going to kind of start with this one because of the request. And so if you have a character that doesn't start with those, you're going to be behind the curve because you're not going to be able to add to those abilities until you actually get the like either training or treatise for it. Fair enough. So, just going on the preparation side, so we got a crowbar. You can either keep the lockpicks or you can sell them. I'm gonna sell them just to get rid of some stuff in my inventory here. There's usually a couple little like starting things that you can look at to kind of give yourself just a tiny bit of a leg up. Something like a copper ring here. It's gonna help with your healing resto. And get rid of some of these items. The bedroll I usually don't bother with. It's just my personal preference. It just takes up so much space. And so these little things, like they're not going to make huge differences, but all put together, it can help. So here's a copper chain as well. So I'll probably pick that up too. There's other things like a belt here. Now this is going to depend on the character you have, because Mahir starts with a like they each start with a couple of their own unique items. Like Mahir has these boots that I swear look like a 1980s professional wrestler boot, and then his chest piece. So those are typically ones you're not going to want to replace right away because they're typically going to be way better than most other things you can find. But what you want to do is cover the sort of weaknesses that you have here. So you've got for Mahir, he doesn't have a belt or gloves. And so the gloves especially are going to be important because you don't want to walk out with something not covering an armored piece. We'll talk to our racist tailor here. He's kind of a jerk. So you want to at least get these guys. I typically start with the work gloves, right? They're cheap. They're like 25 gold. You can pick them up without too much trouble. There are other things here. For instance, the rope belt gives you a 2% dodge chance. If you saw the other belt, that was at the general merchant. His was like a -1 fumble chance. There's also one that pops up here from time to time that is either like -1 or -2 backfire chance as well, but that wasn't here. So we'll pick up the rope belt. Once again, 25 gold, so pretty sweet, pretty easy to deal with. Other than that, a cool thing to have is a hunting net. I'm not going to buy it now, but if you find one out in the wild, pick it up. It's going to be useful, and if we get one, I'll show you how. But that can really turn the table for you, in a fight with, especially with multiple characters, or if you just want to do a beatdown of one person, especially for like a boss or something like that. I don't think there's going to be anything over here at the carpenter really for us, but we'll go take a look. One thing I do recommend is if you're starting with like Arna and doing like sword and shield, She starts with a fist shield. I would sell that and then pick up the board shield because it's got a much higher, it's double the block chance and so forth. It just helps with that early game survivability. Let's see, he's got the same staff here, and then there's this other one, so we're pretty good there. Oh, hey Robert, how you doing, brother? We're just doing a bit of a tutorial, that kind of thing, to help some folks out that are just starting. All right. Let me just double check. I think that was just we just had that fumble. Yeah. So this peasant sash -1 fumble chance. If it was the backfire one, I probably would have grabbed it, but otherwise, not a big deal. So that's kind of your basic preparatory stuff as far as gear. Like, look and see what of the head, feet, hands, and chest piece armor you don't have something that's covering it, and get that patched up. Stay cheap, like these were 25 gold or something when you buy them. That's fine. You don't need anything fancy, but you want something that's going to help prevent injury, and that's going to like feed into our discussion and kind of issues with morale and sanity as we get to that. There's other stuff too. You've got various meals and so forth. You want to try and keep things on the cheap side, until you have more cash. So things like your various food items here are going to reduce hunger, but also add, like this, max energy. Fatigue resistance helps keep you from getting tired while you're in the dungeon. And then it's also going to keep up your situational sanity and diet morale. And so what we'll do is kind of talk about that really quick, because you can see how like the pancakes add 5% to situational sanity and 1% to diet morale. So let's take a peek. All right, so you're going to find those stats over here on the little heart when you look at your health. Now, recently it changed, I think, in the patch like last week, or no, actually it might have, the change for that actually probably happened with the of Beasts and Sages kind of big content drop. So anyways, you start the game here at 100% morale, 100% sanity, right? Now, for any of these items, and that goes for like the different combat things too, if you want some more information, there's a tooltip that'll pop up over them, right? So I can give you a little more insight into various things. Now, for morale and sanity specifically, you'll see that of that 100%, 50% of it is situational, 35% is diet, 15% is rest related, okay? And then sanity is similar, where it's situations at 50, lifestyle 35, rest 15. And so it's going to give you some clues as to like what are some things that are going to reduce that, right? Like situational sanity, contacts with unholy magic and its abominations, head injuries, outcomes of spell casting, so like from backfire chance and that kind of stuff, as well as certain like effects and consumables, like for instance drugs and stuff like that can affect either positively or negatively your situational sanity. And the situational sanity and situational morale are kind of the ones that'll sort of bounce up and down a bit more than the others, because those are the ones that are kind of often affected when you're in a dungeon. So similarly on this, triumphs or setbacks in combat and exploration, stuff like that. Diet is on both sides. So diet on morale is going to be the quality and variety of consumed food. So it changed recently where like meals might just add to morale at a certain point. Now with the new system here, it's a little bit more nuanced, and it's also a little bit more transparent here too, where it's split up.